Stop! Go ahead. Make my day.
Ever wanted to know more about Dirty Harry?
Sure you want the rest of it?
If you're a fan of the 1971 Warner Brothers classic, then Dirty Harry Minute could be the podcast for you. Part of the Movies by Minute project, Dirty Harry Minute analyses, criticises and celebrates every minute of the Clint Eastwood 44 Magnum epic. Get on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast, wherever you get your favourites. Hasta la vista, baby. No, that's way off. Dirty Harry Minute.
Stop! Sure you want the rest of it?
Dirty Harry Minute. Dirty Harry Minute. Dirty Harry Minute Podcast. Dirty Harry Minute Podcast.
Every penny's worth.
Welcome to Dirty Harry Minute, the only podcast that reviews every minute of the 1971 Warner Brothers masterpiece starring Clint Eastwood. I'm your host, John, and as ever, I'm joined with Tim.
Hi.
And Trent.
Hello.
And our returning guest, Glyn.
Hello, nice to be back.
Did you enjoy this minute, Glyn?
I did. It was exhilarating.
Action-packed.
Yeah.
How would you describe this minute, Trent?
Well, this minute begins with the continuation of Harry walking across the rooftop past the swimming pool with the poor young lady's corpse in there, but it ends with a shot of a shaft of hope looking up. Looking up.
Some mysterious blue light. Probably at the end of a tunnel, I'd say. What do you have to say, Glyn?
Well, the first thing is that I like so as the camera pans across and sees the body and the rest of the pool, and there's a sign that says, swim at your own risk, and so clearly they knew this was coming, and they were like, sorry, like, the sign says swim at your own risk, you're going to get shot.
Victim beware.
Yeah, exactly. It says your own risk.
Well, there's not a lot to say about this minute, is there, Tim?
Not well. It's all probably about Lalo Schifrin.
Well, there's some things. I've got some weird notes.
Well, I mean, he's just walking, isn't he? I mean, if a millennial watched this film today, they'd be like, shouldn't there be some exposition behind these credits?
There is some exposition, I think, because, okay, so there's the swim at your own risk, and then there's the shot of the two cops, and they, like, look at the building, I guess, where they're saying the shot must have come from there.
That way, sir.
Yeah, and you see the Dirty Harry thing. And then there's another shot, like another shot of the two cops leaning over the dead girl, looking like she's lying in a very uncomfortable... Like, that seems like a weird way to have a dead body lying.
Well, I don't know why they really needed to inspect her.
Well, and that's the whole thing.
I'm not a cop, but what do you
they've got her, like, lying there and all that kind of stuff, like, not on a stretcher, and they're just like, yeah, we'll just have her lying there. And then the thing that always sort of...
You suggesting they were having a pre-Me Too perv?
Well, not that, but I did have this note where it's like one of the cops is like touching her face in a really weird way. You know what I mean? Like he's like just touching her face a bit, and it's like, what are you doing, bro?
I hadn't noticed.
It's like, yeah, okay, she's an attractive girl, but it's not like, oh yeah.
He might have been after her swimsuit.
Maybe that's right. It's snazzy, the crochet, but you can just crochet.
The wife back home was after one of those.
That's right. Maybe.
Get back.
But that always struck when I watched it a few times for this, and I was like, why is he touching her face like that? That's kind of. It makes me wonder sometimes. This is the problem with actors in movies where they're sort of like, okay, just look like you're doing stuff, and they're like, okay.
Or more they're thinking, I want my SAG card. I've got to...
Yeah, exactly.
They won't let me talk, but I can fiddle.
Yeah, I'm going to act the shit out of this.
Was that cop by himself?
Well, no, because it's like, so Harry's like sitting next to him and like, you know, being coppy.
Oh, right.
And he's just like doing this weird, like, I'm going to touch her forehead and then move my hands and touch her forehead again.
It sounds like one of those things where he's kind of like not sure what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you said, yeah.
It's like classic actor, like, what do I do now? Which I guess must be a skill in its own, like looking like you know what you're doing when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Now, Trent, have you seen Shaft?
Oh, yeah, many times. I preferred Shaft in Africa myself, but yeah.
Are the credit scenes in Shaft like this? Is it the shots of him?
Oh, he's walking around the city, yeah.
Some music.
But, yeah, I guess Shaft, the music is pretty iconic in that it's deemed one of the first uses of disco, like the pinnacle of disco music 6 years before disco music kind of thing. Because it's got that wow.
Who did the was it Quincy Jones?
Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes,
Yeah.
okay.
I was just wondering if it looked a bit similar. I mean, it's more funky. I suppose this... Or the font. What is it? Shaft? Does that look like the red...
You know, I was going to say, like, does anyone find it funny when, or like a bit jarring when you see the title, the name of the film come up during the opening credits, but the font is different to what's on the poster?
Yeah.
I find that strange, or a strange choice sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the poster font for this film is Helvetica or something like that.
Yeah, so it's thinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arial. Arial narrow.
Yeah, I don't know. Font, I guess that's all about sort of visually capturing people rather than being consistent with the movie. They're probably better at that stuff these days, though. Like trying to make it all consistent. And
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I struggle to actually remember seeing a lot of title cards on films. I just, yeah.
Yeah, I think most people kind of zone out unless it's cool.
And it's flashing forward, but the end credits in the 70s, they're really concise. Abrupt.
yeah.
It's just the main people.
Yeah. Well, because they had a lot of when we watched the rest of it, they had a lot of the stuff that you tend to see at the end, at the start. Like the thing with
True.
Panavision and all that kind of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you can't really remember opening credits these days. 'Cause
Yeah.
They don't really, I don't know.
Except for the movie Ricochet. Those opening credits are sweet.
I've not seen it.
And T2 as well, but that's just because it's got that awesome... it's got the awesome chink noise. The chink! Like, yeah, everything's... Yeah, everything... I think everything... If you want to get people to pay attention, you've got to have the chink noise, and then people pay attention.
It's interesting with this is that it's got a pre-credit sequence that the shooting on the rooftop. Plays a little bit like a lot of television episodes at the time before the opening credits.
Yeah, like a procedural.
Yeah. In a lot of cinema, at least American cinema, up until barely a few years prior, there was a lot of just let's compact all of the credits into the beginning of the film happening at that time. When you watch things from the 30s and whatnot, right up until the 60s, it's all just bashed in there, and then it's Warner Brothers film, boom, goodbye.
Yeah. It always disappoints me, the compressed edits, credits at the end, because I'm like, who's that? The bank robber, the black dude. No,
Yeah.
he's not on there.
Gives you time to sit back and think about it.
Yeah, well, you just didn't see it. That's
Where have I
flashing
seen
forward.
him before?
Yeah, I guess that's just what IMDb's for.
I would assume back then the unions were stronger and they would insist upon it, but anyway.
Apparently not. Yeah, there must be something. We'll give you $100, but what about my SAG? Yeah, you'll get that. You just won't get a credit.
It's in the mail.
It's like I wonder if it's if it's kind of influenced with runtimes of movies these days. Like I don't know, like
on TV they fast forward at five speed.
Well, I mean, like maybe back then
Ridiculous.
they wanted to show like 90. I don't know what's this film, 100 minutes.
Yeah.
They wanted to show like 99 minutes of proper film, whereas today it would be 95 minutes of proper film and 5 minutes of credits.
Yeah.
Well, I guess those days you would have had more double bills as well. And that was
true.
You wanted to be able to fit multiple movies in because people wanted value when they went to see a movie. They wanted to get their money's worth.
Yeah. Well, maybe they put it all at the start. The guy who plays the lovely "I've Gots to Know" that we'll see in the next 10 minutes or so. Albert Popwell. Maybe you think, oh, geez, Albert Popwell's in this. I'm going to hang around and watch the rest of this film.
Yeah. That must have been it. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, the first 2 minutes I loved. The two of my favourite minutes in cinema history for me, Glyn.
Really?
But this minute now there's only two scenes that really lag for me, and that's this credit scene and the suicide jumper scene that I'm always it's my favourite movie. I'm always tempted to fast forward through them.
Yeah.
John, don't you appreciate the beat?
The music.
The music?
The music's worth
really
sticking
kicks
around.
in this minute.
I kind of like the idea of you doing it like that, though, because you could, IMDb reviews, and you could just go in there, first 2 minutes are great, third minute really starts to drag. Yeah, you're losing me 2 stars. Like,
Separate entries for each minute.
yeah, just do a review. Oh, God, that would be so epically long. Yeah, please do that.
A
Just-
line graph.
Yeah, yes. Please do that.
I'll think about it.
But just to, like, I always like people that take things like user inputs on websites and kind of mess with it a bit. And because, if you're a company and you want your users to go on there and put content in there for you, then just expect them to have a bit of fun with it. So
Yeah. Well, just this minute, it doesn't pop for me.
it's not popping for you.
Not popping.
I've still got more, see, because there's like there's the why is he touching her face, and then there's the street of the.
I think we can move from the rooftop
Well, I think we
scene
can
now.
move from the rooftop. So then there's the shot of the street, the underexposed shot of the street. Good job, cinematographer.
Very
Although
windy. You can see some paper.
Yeah, true. I guess you can get away with it. But then the thing that jumps out at me is like, what the hell is that Ford pickup truck doing on the left side? There's like this big Ford pickup truck.
You're suggesting there's a bank robbery that...
No, because
Eastwood's
it's
can see.
because it's like sitting there and the brake lights keep coming on and off, and it's not like hazard lights. And so I guess again, it's the classic like the other actors in the scene not knowing what they should be doing, and so is the actor just sitting in there going brake, foot off, brake, and he's just like, yep, I'm doing stuff, I'm looking like I'm doing stuff.
That's madness, Glyn.
Yeah. So
It's actually... It's Scorpio in there. He's just
It's
nervous.
Scorpio
The butt
in
of his
there.
rifles.
Yeah, good point. And then
come off the
again, that's
clutch.
one of those things with movies where it's like if you just turned one way this way and just been like, why is that guy constantly pressing the brake? Arrest. Movie over. Done. See? No more people have to die. So not very good police work,
Yeah.
Mr.
I don't know. What can you say? There's walking.
There's a shop in the background. Well, I think it's a shop. There's a big sign that says Gibraltar.
Oh, yes.
And I wonder if that's a restaurant or car park or
Where is the rock?
In 1871, it was all car parks.
Yeah, definitely.
Kinney, Golf Western.
I was just trying to Google if it's still around, and I'm coming up with Gibraltar coffee, but I doubt it's the same thing.
Maybe.
We don't endorse
Gibraltar's
that.
in the
Cafe
UK, right?
listeners.
The Rock of
On
Gibraltar.
the end of Spain, but there's a British territory. Yeah.
Okay.
It's where a very similar shot with a compressor was in set in the 1987 James Bond Living Daylights. They've got the same sort of
Yeah.
the same when she's shot. It looks like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like something's been unfolded out of her skin. They have the same effect in that film, I've noticed. So anyway, that's on Gibraltar.
So that's probably
That's my digression.
Well, because that's because of the way that squibs work.
Yeah.
Back in those days, how you've got like a plate underneath, and then you've got a small explosive blood bag, and then they do the fake skin over the top, so you get the. And so you're exactly right. That is exactly what is happening.
Yeah.
Which is part of the sort of problem with the realism of bullets, because you've got a thing going like this,
Yeah.
but bullets go
Inwards.
in that way. So yeah. But that's all part of the fun. I remember really having that really brought home in what is it, Point Break, because the squibs in that movie are just friggin' epic. Like there's all this like blood spray everywhere, and it's
Yeah,
like
I know what you're talking about. I remember those.
Yeah, like the fine mist of blood from the squibs. I reckon just Catherine Bigelow, because she's an awesome director. She was probably just like, we're going to kick it up to the max with this, and just like more explosives in the squibs. God damn it!
Up to 11.
Yeah, she doesn't mess around. Catherine Bigelow, she's awesome.
Nowadays, they probably just CGI all the
exactly.
the gun
and they
shots.
look worse.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have this potential to make them look better, but they look terrible.
Yeah.
Except, I guess some movies.
Well, anything more, guys, in the street?
I've got one more thing. So
Yeah.
by the end of this minute, he's clearly in
He's
the building.
looking in a
or-
well.
Is he? He's gone up the building.
Yeah, he's gone up the building and
So-
he's looking down into the square.
Why is he looking into that brackish water?
Well-
Is he looking for a gun? Or
Well, hang on, brackish water's next minute.
Oh,
The first question, my question is, do cops just get access to any bit? Like, if you're investigating a murder, by law, building owners, do they have to let you in to have a look around?
I assume they were. I think that's the whole thing, is being a cop, you have access. But at the same
certainly
time,
back then.
it was probably just a good excuse for some establishing the city shots. Of it's just like, just look around, just walk around the city, Clint, like, look like you know what you're doing. And it's like, that's what cops do, apparently. I just think the average public doesn't really know what it's like to be a cop. So you can kind of get away with anything you want, really.
I never understood why in movies people just see a flash of the badge on a plainclothes policeman and just accept that, you know. How do you know it's not from a cereal box or something?
Yeah. Anytime, officer.
Maybe it's the confidence thing. It's like that, you know, if they look like they know what they're doing and if they look like they are legit, most people will just...
You accept it.
Accept it.
Yeah.
One thing I'm not confident in, Glyn, is does the minute really end with the pan up the building?
It does.
Not the...
It does.
The blue light?
The shaft of hope.
Well, the blue light and the so it's like the shaft of hope, the big square tunnel.
There's a big shaft of hope in my imagination that the next minute will be more enthralling.
I'm sure it will be.
Anyone else got anything to add?
No, I think we can finish up on the shaft of light.
None from me.
Light shaft.
Well, thanks for joining us, listeners. Please go to the show notes or dirtyharryminute.com for further information. It's been a pleasure. We'll catch you next minute on Dirty Harry Minute. Officer Dirty Harry. Dirty Harry Minute.